Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about Prometheus metric types with real life examples. In the index, we can see that the first one is understanding Prometheus metrics and their types. Types are counter, gauge, histogram, and summary, and their examples. First of all, understanding Prometheus metrics and their types. Prometheus uses a pull-based model, meaning it periodically scrapes metrics from your services, applications, and infrastructure components. These metrics are typically exposed via an HTTP endpoint known as Prometheus exposition format. Metrics are essentially key value pairs that represent the state or behavior of your system over time. As you can see, there are four types of Prometheus metrics types. First one is counter, second one is gauge, third one is histogram, and fourth one is summary. The first type is counter, as counters represent cumulative values that only increase. It is used to count occurrences of events or total amounts. Counters are reset to zero when the Prometheus server restarts or when a counter is explicitly reset. Counter instrumentation methods. Counting up the ins. Counter metrics track how many times an event occurs. Here are some common methods to instrument them. The first method is direct events. There are two types in this. First one is sensors or hardware. Second one is software events. In the sensors or hardware, it count physical events like button presses, sensor triggers, etc. In the software events, it track occurrences within your code like API calls, function executions, etc. In the incremental changes, first one is track deltas and second one is state transitions. In track deltas, it is used to counters to measure changes in values over time, like number of active users or bytes transferred. In the state transitions, count transitions between states in your system, like successful logins and failed transactions. The third one is external sources. Here there are two types, log files and database updates. In the log files, it passes logs to count specific events documented within them. In the database updates, it tracks changes in database tables related to events you want to count. Now the fourth one is instrumentation libraries. It uses a language specific libraries to easily increment counters based on events within your code. It utilizes generic tools like Telegraph to collect event data from various sources and export them as counters. The key points for the counter are: choose a method based on the event source, granularity needed, and efficiency of implementation. It ensures your counter accurately reflects the desired event count. The third point is consider potential edge cases and double counting scenarios. If you see the examples, first one is HTTP requests, counting the total number of HTTP requests received by a server. Second example is user registrations, monitoring the total number of users registered over time on an application. Third example is error logs, counting the number of specific error types logged in an application, such as 404 not found errors. Fourth example is file downloads, tracking the number of times a file, for example, a PDF or software download, it's been downloaded or not. Now, the second metric type is gauge. Here, gauges represent numerical values that can go up and down. They are typically used for measured values that can increase or decrease, such as CPU usage, memory usage, or the number of active connections. But the counter is used for increasing only, but we can use gauge for increase or decreases also. Here, gauges are suitable for tracking instantaneous values at a particular point in time. Unlike counters, gauges do not automatically reset or wrap around. They retain their last observed value until a new value is provided. Gauges provide already existing value which was stored somewhere else in program or in real work. We can use gauge metrics for finding current value. There are different ways to instrument data as gauge metrics. First one is direct measurement. In this, we use sensors or APIs to directly grab values like temperature, memory usage, etc. In the calculations, we combine other metrics like counters, histograms to create gauge values like free memory, etc. Write code to calculate values from various data sources and expose them as gauges. The third one is external data sources. It is used to read from databases or files or APIs at regular intervals and expose latest values as gauges. Fourth one is instrumentation libraries. It uses language-specific libraries like Prometheus client libraries to easily expose data as gauges. Dot expand underscore more. Use generic libraries, example Telegraph, to collect data from diverse sources and export it as gauges. The key points for gauge are: choose a method based on your data source, update frequency, complexity, and development resources. The ultimate goal is to expose meaningful values that change over time as gauge metrics. The examples for the gauge are: first example is active sessions, tracking the number of active user sessions on a website or application, which fluctuates as users log in and out. Second example is memory usage, as observing real time memory usage of an application or container. Third example is battery level, tracking the current battery percentage in a mobile device or IoT device. Fourth example is CPU temperature. It is used for monitoring the current temperature of the CPU, which can go up or down based on the system load. The third metric type is histogram. Histogram sample observations and track distribution. Measure statistical distribution of values like request durations. It automatically calculates quantiles, percentiles, and averages. It is useful for understanding data spread and variability. Here, histograms are cumulative. They accumulate observations into configurable buckets. We can use histogram metrics in this. You can see here when aggregate required and quantitative data required. There are two types of histograms. First one is cumulative histogram, and second one is snapshot histogram. In the cumulative histogram, it tracks the total count of observations that fall into each bucket or below it. It shows the overall distribution from 0 to the maximum observed value. The second type is snapshot histogram. It represents a snapshot of the distribution at a specific point in time. It doesn't accumulate data over time. Constructing histograms. First one is define buckets. In this, determine the range of values and divide it into meaningful buckets. Example 0 to 10 milliseconds and 10 to 50 milliseconds, etc. Second one is instrument your code. Use libraries or frameworks to capture data points and feed them into the histogram metric. There are three types of instrumentation methods. First one is direct measurement, second one is calculations, and third one is external data sources. In the direct measurement, it uses libraries to capture specific events like request durations and contribute them to the histogram. In the calculations, calculate values from other metrics or data sources and contribute them to the histogram. In the external data sources, it extracts data from databases, files or APIs and contribute it to the histogram. Histogram exposition format. It has three, which are buckets, sum, and count. In the buckets, each bucket has a label and a value representing the upper bound of the range and the count of observations within it. In the sum, the total sum of all observed values across the all buckets. In the count, the total number of observations contributing to the histogram. The key points for the histogram are: choose appropriate bucket sizes based on your data and desired granularity. Monitor histograms for outliers or unexpected patterns. Combine histograms with other metrics for comprehensive analysis. Use queries and visualization tools to effectively analyze and communicate insights from histograms. The additional tips are: consider using summarize for simple scenarios where full distribution isn't crucial. Explore advanced PROMQL functions like histogram bucket for deeper analysis. Remember, histograms are most valuable when used to understand variation and identify potential bottlenecks. The examples for the histograms are: first two example is response time of API calls, measuring the time taken for API calls in specific intervals like 0 to 100 milliseconds, 100 to 200 milliseconds. Second example is database query latency. Here, tracking how long database queries take in different buckets like 0 to 1 second or 1 to 5 seconds or 5 to 10 seconds. The third example is request size distribution. Monitoring HTTP request sizes like 0 to 1 KB, 1 to 5 KB to understand typical data payloads. And the fourth example is Image processing time. Here, observing the time taken to process images in an application bucketed by intervals like 0 to 200 milliseconds, 200 to 500 milliseconds. Final metric type is summary. Unlike histograms, summaries do not preserve the individual observations. Instead, they summarize the data over time. It is used for tracking request latencies, response sizes, or other quantifiable observations. It provides information about distribution, including percentiles and quantiles. It is suitable for measuring response time distributions, like when to use summary metrics, how long something took, or how big something was. We can see by using the summary. Constructing summary metrics. The purpose is summarize. It is used to summarize large data sets into concise and informative statistics. The types are mean, median, standard deviation, percentile, and quantile. In the mean, the average value of all data points. In the median, the value that splits the data in half when ordered. Standard deviation means measure of spread around the mean. Percentile means value below which a certain percentage of data points fall. Quantile means similar to percentiles but divides data into equal groups. Choosing metrics. Consider desired insights and data distribution. The exponential formats. The purpose is to represent large numbers of compactly and initiatively. Formats are scientific notation and engineering notation. You can see these both notations. When to use? It is used when large data sets with wide ranges of values. Querying summaries. The tools are Prometheus PromQL, SQL, and time series analysis tools. Prometheus PromQL is a query metric stored in Prometheus. SQL means query summarized data stored in databases. Time series analysis tools means explore and analyze summarized data over time. Uh, the examples are find the median request duration for a specific endpoint to compare the 90th percentile of memory usage across different servers, track changes in the mean response time over time. The key points for the summary are align metrics and queries to your specific needs, consider data distribution and outliers when choosing metrics, utilize appropriate tools for efficient querying and analysis, visualize summaries for better understanding and communication. The additional tips are combine multiple summary metrics for comprehensive insights, use filters and aggregations in queries for precise analysis, monitor and update summary metrics regularly for relevance. The examples for the summary are the first example is customer support ticket resolution times. In this, summarizing how long it takes to resolve tickets in a help desk using percentiles to identify common and outlier durations. The second example is API request duration. In this, summarizing the duration of request to a critical endpoint with percentiles. Example, 95th percentile. The third example is page load time. Here, summarizing the load time of web pages, showing how often load times fall within acceptable limits like 90th percentile within 2 seconds. The fourth example is transaction amounts in e-commerce, like tracking the amount of each transaction and summarizing with percentiles to identify high value purchases. In the conclusion, Prometheus metrics offer powerful tools for gaining insights into system performance and application behavior. Understanding and utilizing each metric type, like counter, gauge, histogram, and summary, they enable an effective monitoring and analysis of infrastructure. Applying real life examples enhances the practical value of these metrics, aiding teams in proactively addressing performance issues. It improves user experience by optimizing system performance based on data driven insights, empowers data driven decision making as part of a robust monitoring strategy. It promotes system resilience. It promotes system resilience through continuous monitoring and informal responses to perform trends. So this is about Prometheus metrics types with the real life examples. Thank you.